I've been asked to talk about ethical, psychological, and social aspects of keratopigmentation. First of all, what is ethic? Ethic is what the society thinks is good or not, or bad, right or wrong. But over the ethic, there is our moral persuasion. I mean, my ethic, my moral says to me what is good and what is not good. And this is very important for a surgeon. What is ethic for a surgeon? Ethic is to ensure a safe surgery to our patient. A safe surgery respects the surgical limits, which are individual. Everybody of us has his own limit. Indeed, the limits of us are the consequences of our knowledge, experience, and surgical ability, of course. Well, if I have to fix which are my limits, I do respect the limits today recognized by any refractive surgeon. You can see they are listed below. And I really believe that a good surgery depends on very much about the inclusion or exclusion criteria we apply to our patient. Theoretically, all the pathological corneal conditions concerning shape, thickness, and endothelial cell counts should represent an absolute contraindication to the eye color change procedure in keratopigmentation. Ethical limits. I pose some questions to myself and I address them to you. Is ethically correct to operate a patient previously refused by another surgeon because he didn't fulfill correct technical limits? Since I said that everybody of us has his own limits, we can operate a patient which has been previously refused by someone else because maybe we are more able, more skilled, or we do believe that it's still ethic, we still respect the limit. Is ethically correct to re-operate a patient previously operated by another surgeon? This is a more delicate question, above all, just because the patient is not satisfied by the aesthetic results. This is delicate because in aesthetic surgery, because since we are talking about the cosmetic keratopigmentation, unfortunately, the only judgment which is important is the patient's one about his aesthetic result. How many times, otherwise, is ethically correct to reoperate a patient just because he is unhappy? This is not correct. No, this is not ethic. You know, the borderline between ethic and psychological. Some people told me, no, it's not ethical to operate an Afro-American patient with brown eyes just because he wants blue eyes. Well, I did, and I think that I fully satisfied the expectation of my patient. So ethic is our moral persuasion. The motivation to change the color of our eyes are very different. Each patient. This is a couple of Italians, wife and husband. They had brown eyes. They came to me asking, please, we would like to have blue eyes. I offered them. I got this result. And when I asked, but why did you want to change the color of your eyes? They were a little bit red, and they told me, you know, we adopted a little Ukrainian girl with blue eyes. When she looks at us, she doesn't think that we are the parents. So this was an unusual, but why not? Good motivation. This is another case in which the girl came to us. It was from North England. She had beautiful blue eyes, but she said, in my family, all the people, they have brown eyes. I feel different than my family. The condition to feel ourselves different is very delicate. Look how nice is his eyes. Then I said, what shall I do? I refused to operate her. because I understood that she had a very fragile psychological profile. This is the type of patient which makes a problem to you. Whatever will be the color she asks, whatever will be the result, you can ensure. Moreover, she was assuming psychomedicaments, so she was a very difficult patient. I prefer to refuse. I think it is important to be able to say, no, I'm sorry. Another surgeon, she went to another colleague, he operates her, and she got the result you see on the right-hand side. And then the girl came back to me and said, please, can you repair it? Or no, never more. We go on, psychological. It's not advisable to operate or reoperate several times a patient whose psychological instability is the primary cause of patient's unsatisfaction. Actually, we operate people coming from all over the world: Brazil, Australia, Far Eastern Japan, Middle East, Europe. These are the social distribution of the people we are operating. Men, women, and differently, and any social level is represented. Any cultural level is represented. Any economical extraction of the society is present. If you look what are the most demanded, most requested color, I would say that green followed by blue, honey, and then a mix of them. Good. So we have been talking about the ethical, psychological, social aspect. You know, the final decision in what to do or in what to refuse depends on these three. So please consider them all, because they are all right ingredients for a successful surgery. Thank you for your attention.